are live since this moment. So
All right, so let's kick it off again. Thanks everybody for joining our webinar. My name is Vlastimil, and I'm the founder of Lead Speaker. I'm here today with my colleague Thomas. Thomas is my right hand. He is also in charge of the product. So if I don't know how to answer any questions, he's the right person. He knows much more than me. So don't be afraid and feel free to ask. So what are we going to do today? Today we will guide you through a setup of a job portal robot that is something that we used to do some time ago as a custom workflow automation in low code. We've been using software called Nathan, NAN, that connected many different tools, tools to send emails, tools to do basic anything here on LinkedIn, tools to scrape things, AI to personalize and classify. So many different tools, APIs, and well, it worked, but it's very difficult and complicated to build something like this, and also it's difficult to maintain it, and it's even more difficult to scale it. So we turn this complicated setup with all the low code and AI tools into very simple one with few clicks. And this is something we would like to show you today. Uh, Before we start, I actually might have a question on you, uh, because we are always trying to improve our product, and we know we have a lot of work to do in terms of our UX UI. So maybe I would first start with a question, which can help us to build a better product and better interface. So if I tell you that there is a job portal robot that is doing a work for you every day, what would you expect to see? And maybe this is quite interesting start. So if you can write me in chat, or if somebody can just raise your hand and tell me what do you expect to see, because then I would like to make sure that I meet your expectations. So what do you think? Do we have any questions?
not
Oh,
yet.
so one person left. Okay, so no more questions. Yeah. So okay, setting up. All right. So we have setting up some criteria for data we would like, and maybe some banks to select which result each day. Okay. Okay. At least part of it, it's already possible now. Actually, Tom, we also do webhooks, so that should be also okay.
Yeah, that's already doable. Not straightforward in a platform, but yeah, is already doable. And also the Rustimal left, so Rustimal is back.
No, he was.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
some other opinions, or we can basically.
Mm-hmm. All right. So adding data with some specific criteria to Google Sheet, and then from there it adds up to Outreach platform. Okay. Also interesting. That's doable. Maybe a little bit a different use case that we can cover one day as well. But yeah. So thanks a lot. I think Toma, we can start, and we can show you what we are going to do today. So for whom is this useful? So we have many users who are recruitment companies, software development studios, basically a lot of consulting services, also a lot of product companies. But the idea here is that you don't want to spam people. You don't want to spam people all. Today it's not difficult to prepare leads on everybody. Uh, on your whole market. The idea here is that you should look for some signal when is the right time to reach out, ideally with some context. And we noticed that job portals are a great source of information, because if you are hiring somebody, then if you're hiring somebody, you can actually, when you're hiring somebody, you actually describe what this person is going to do, and very often you even mention what is the strategy. So we have a customer of ours who is running very complicated workflow, and they are targeting uh, e-commerce managers in Germany, not because they are recruiting e-commerce managers, just because in the job post, the companies that are recruiting these people, they describing their strategy about what product this person should be responsible for in terms of expansion. And this is a very unique way how to research leads. And if you reach out to somebody based on very good research and at the right time, this is the most important thing, then you can see reply rates like 1 out of 2, 1 out of 4 actually books a meeting. So this is something totally different than sending thousands of email and then getting a few meetings out of it. So that's why we're doing this. And job portal is just one of the potential signals or triggers that is useful. So what we are going to do today is workflow like this. Uh, Basically, I will show you. Today we will focus on LinkedIn jobs. We are supporting also 2 more job portals, and we will be adding more. But today, uh, I'm going to show you what I would be doing as a human, and then we will set this up in few clicks. So I'm going to set up a robot that will be basically searching for people, so for companies, hiring, and let's do software engineers in London. Let's do. I want to do it in last 24 hours. Okay, and I want only the ones that are on site. All right, like this. So let me try, because we prepared also for your sample. So just let me double check that it is exactly the same filter. It should be all right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
the same.
Okay. So the robot will be basically doing this workflow. Every day, it will go to this job portal. It will look for companies that are hiring software engineers in the last 24 hours. It will look at the companies, find the people that are the hiring managers mentioned in the job portal, but often there's nobody. So if there is a person, then it finds contact details on this person. If there is nobody, no person mentioned, then it goes and it looks for the people for relevant job titles at these companies. So it basically go and it looks people working at company, like in this case, Multiverse, and it really goes and looks exactly for what this is cool. So maybe not the great use case, but it goes and it looks for the people based on specific job titles. The output is data in spreadsheets where you have uh, this is the company that is hiring. This is what they write in the job descriptions. This is the position they are looking for, and here are the people that you can contact. So from that, we will transfer this into a campaign which will be running every day and will be very well personalized. Okay, so how to do it? Yeah, by the way, this is my calendar. Yeah, full of meetings on autopilot. So how to set this up? Uh, we will be using our tool lead speaker for this, where you can set a robot like this with really few clicks. For everybody who has already signed, Tom will basically look at the link and will upload you some more email credits, so you can test it out, and you don't need to be afraid that it use any of your credits. For anybody who wants to try this out, completely for free and test your first campaign. You can sign up, and as a bonus for joining the portal, you can yeah, you will get 1000 additional email credits. So we are buying emails from ZoomInfo, Rocket Reach, Apollo, and there are two more providers. And this is why this is the only thing that costs credits on our platform, because we used first third-party services. So I recommend to go and sign up. Okay, yeah, great. So once you sign up, Tom will upload some more email credits for you. All right. So now let's set up the robot. It's pretty simple. All you need to do is to start new project here. By the way, you will have some data sample from the webinar available here, so you can just click get started, and you will get all the data that we did. But for now, I will start really from scratch and show you how to set this up. So I will choose from scratch. Let's call it LinkedIn jobs robot. Click on create. And now, so I created a new project. Now we need to fill the project with leads. Um, of course, you can also upload the leads from CSV file, but I will focus today on robots. We have many different robots, but today we are focusing just on job portals. And specifically, we are focusing on LinkedIn jobs. Tomorrow, we have a webinar for our users, for our local users. We will focusing on two other job portals, but today we are focusing on LinkedIn jobs. Okay, so now set this up. So the first thing that you need to include is what link this robot should revisit. So it's very simple. All you need to do is to click on this link, copy, and paste it here. One thing that I want to mention, as you can see, we are we are not asking for your LinkedIn account. So we are not scraping, we are not using your account to actually do the automation. We are completely doing with our own infrastructure. So if somebody is afraid to connect your account to any LinkedIn automation, you really don't need to with a robot. This is very unique. All the other tools will be using your session cookies to actually scrape it. So not this one. So first input is the link. Then in the second step, you can decide if you want to always get the hiring managers which are mentioned directly in the job post, uh, or if you actually want some other people. When I say some other people, I mean the people that you would like to contact within the hiring company. So as example, I would go maybe for, yeah, let's do HR manager, let's do recruiter, uh, talent acquisition, and you can really describe with plain words who could be the person from the company that you want to reach out to. Can be CEOs, CTOs, founders. You can really describe
And
the robot.
also,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
also the prompt can look like, for example, everyone who can be the responsible for hiring and etc. But we are highly recommend the direct job titles in terms of the processing of a leads, but
Mhm.
it's totally up to you.
Because what our robot is doing is that also this is very unique, and it has been upgraded in the last weeks. It actually is looking for the people directly on LinkedIn, so it's not some guess. It really, if you want to, let's do really anything. So it really it basically does this. So it basically does this. So if you want to find the CEO of Lead Speaker, so our robot is actually looking for CEO at company, so people. at company like this, and it gives you the first person. So this is exactly what I was doing manually. We just automated that part. So if it would be, I don't know, partnerships, anybody, yeah, then you get basically somebody who is the most basically what the LinkedIn gives you. Uh, as you can see, you can input here as many positions as you want, and in the advanced settings, you can set up how many people max you want to get out of it. I believe one person is actually enough. So the way how it works is that it tries to find the most relevant first person on the first level. But yeah, really, let's do one person. And also the rest of the settings is that you can decide if you want to even more specify in which industry the recruiting company should operate, or just click on any industry. In that case, you really get every company from here. If you describe something, then our robot will try to look at the description of the company and decide if actually it's a fit or not. So it helps you to even with more research. So you don't really reach out to everybody. And then yeah, one the same you can do about the vacancy. So the position that they are hiring for. So because even if you filter software engineer, then as you can see, it can be uh, it can be really anything. So again, if you want to even you can always filter more here, but if you want to narrow down or make sure there are no false positives, then you can also do it with our robots, or just click on any vacancy, and that's it. Actually, yeah, one more thing. You can choose if you want to do it just once or every day, and that's it. So basically, all the necessary thing is input the job title, sorry, input the link, job titles, and then choose every day and create the robot. Robot starts immediately, and I think here we had, yeah, 142 companies, and we've been looking for 3 or 4 test job titles, so it will take a couple of minutes. So before this is done, I can show you how the output actually looks like, because we already prepared one data sample here. And here you can see how the outcome looks like. So we get names, we get the LinkedIn profiles of the people that we could contact. We have the company name. Uh, these are the companies that are hiring for software developers. We have their websites, the company LinkedIn. This is what they are hiring for. So these job titles are actually these job titles. uh yeah, C++, etc. Here is always the link to the job post. So if you click on it, you see the job post. Mhm. And as you can see here, so here is the hiring team. This is the person I mentioned here. It, and it's exactly the same person here. And we have, oh, sorry. So it's exactly the same person here. And yeah, unfortunately for this person, none of those 5 email enrichment tools I mentioned found 100% verified email, but you can still contact the person through LinkedIn. Uh, Also, you can automate this with us. Here you have the description of the job post. It's split into 2 parts: the description, the introduction. So if you look at this, there is always some information about the job, and then some information about the company. So you get all of that in the data table, and yeah, this is actually the position of the person that is yeah, this is always the hiring person. So mostly recruiters. Sometimes the hiring person could be, you know, lead software engineer, etc. So this is the raw data that you're getting every day from the robot. Uh, so we can maybe before I go to the next part, which is how to make sure the data are all right, clean, and personalized. Do you have any? Does anybody have any question until now? Let me look at
We had two questions. Basically,
Okay.
the first question was what is the difference between us and the instantly and the common room? And I already replied in the
Uh-huh.
chat that the common room has much more the signals to track. Uh, but the difference between instantly and us is that we already have also the LinkedIn outreach included into platform, and we are able to track at this moment the basic signals. But if I remember correctly, the instantly has at this moment still more likely the database approach. And another question was what is the difference between us and Clay? And here you can maybe answer, you, Basti.
Like to be honest, many things that you can do with Clay, you can do also with us because it's a smart table with automations and integrations. I believe what is the biggest proposition here is that we don't really need your LinkedIn account to get any data, so you don't get blocked. Also, you get email outreach, LinkedIn outreach, data scraping, and many automations and triggers under one roof, one subscription, so we don't charge multiple seats per company. And also, unlike Clay, so Clay is great, by the way. Also, all the tools are great. But the difference here is that we don't charge any credits. So because we run it on our infrastructure, we don't charge you any credits for every row, every lead. We charge credits only for email enrichment because we need to pay the third parties, but the rest we don't really charge credits. I believe this is very unique because what I found um, uh, maybe not really transparent with Clay is that I just didn't know how much it is going to cost, how many credits I'm going to burn if this automation runs every day for all our clients. But here I have one subscription starting for $99, so I know that it won't cost more. So I believe this the transparency is also important part. We have many other questions, so let's have a look. Okay. So would you say you are similar to Instantly? Yeah, so our outreach is it's very inspired by Instantly. Uh, I would say yeah, there is it's part of what this part is very similar. Okay. Uh, Lemlist. Okay.
That's the question that I already solved.
Mhm.
Basically, we can start solving the question
We have
from Anton.
Anto Antonia, so in this particular case, you're showing does it scrape only the hiring person contact, or you can define which person to pick up from hiring company. It does both. It does both. So in the setup, very good question. So in the setup, I'll show again. In the setup, we choose that if there is a hiring manager, then we get the hiring manager. You can also ignore it, and then it takes the positions that you mentioned. So, and if you are fine just one person and there is a hiring manager, you get exactly hiring manager. But there are many use cases where you don't want to reach out to the hiring manager, but you want to reach out to the CEO and tell them, I see that you are hiring, I don't know, new marketing managers. Maybe you don't need to hire them. Let's talk to us. So in that case, you could ignore the hiring managers, and here you could set up the CEOs. So what we really do is that we if the contact is there, we take it, and you can decide if we should or not, and we look up the new people. But I believe this is very unique, and all it's all in. I believe it's not that complicated. like package into one step. So I hope I answered your questions.
After that, we have interesting
Mhm.
question. LinkedIn usually tracks similar activities like scraping, for example, over the
Mhm.
Chrome extractions. As a result, profile might be restricted or blocked. How do you handle this? Any risk? I will start with answering on this question.
Mhm.
We do not use for this workflows your LinkedIn profile. Basically, everything is down. We find a way. We find the safe way how to avoid to creating the multiple LinkedIn activities. Basically, on the LinkedIn, like the common scrapers like Duck Soup, Phantom Buster, and etc. And basically,
Uh,
since we launched at the May, we didn't find any user that had some issues with our platform.
Yeah, that's why we say with no risk, because we are not using your account to scrape. I believe this is very unique. All the other tools, they use your session cookies to do it. We so if you we are using it. So in our platform, and or sorry, in this workflow, there is only one part where we might use your session cookie only if you want, and that's the LinkedIn outreach. Because if you want to run LinkedIn outreach from your own account, we just need it, but it can be completely skipped and you can do just email. So for this, LinkedIn cannot LinkedIn can't really identify any activity on your account because it's not using your account. So no, really not. You can't get blocks because in the setup there is there is nowhere where I could actually connect my account. The only
And
way where I can connect my account is in the sequence, which we can show you later. Mhm.
Basically, we had almost similar question
Mhm.
from Joseph. So I guess we already answered that. And basically, we also seen many tools that start getting to be blocked on the LinkedIn. And I think basically is
Yeah.
a correct way from in a perspective on the LinkedIn how to handle those tools.
So we know a lot about this topic. You can easily block if LinkedIn identifies that you do a lot of automation. I mean, like if you do a lot of visits with your like suspicious visits with your account on basically if your account is very suspicious and is visiting other profiles, then you can get blocked. Well, the blog is not that you exactly they remove your account right away, but they can block you for 1 hour, etc. So we know how to avoid this completely, and to keep it very safe for you. We are not asking for your LinkedIn account to run this workflow.
Okay, I'm sorry. May I interject?
Okay, yeah.
Uh, yeah, I'm Joseph. I asked that question, and so I used to use Lemlist. Now there was this problem with outreach, and
Mhm.
I'm going to describe this to you now. So if you have too many connection requests on LinkedIn at the same time, they may not outright ban you, but you will get a shadow ban, which means that your content will not be shown to your audience as much, or not at all, right? So basically, people will not even see that you're posting anything. So the way to avoid this in Lemlist was that you had to limit the number of connection requests or profile visits or whatever to a certain
Mhm.
very low number a day. So what happened there was that I created an outreach campaign that sent, for instance, 300 emails a day, but at the
Mhm.
same time, out of those 300 people to whom I sent email, I could only visit maybe 30 out of those. So there was the LinkedIn outreach was lagging behind just after a couple of days of sending emails, right? So on day three, I already will have sent 900 emails, which is totally fine. But on LinkedIn, I will only have finished my 90th visit, right? So and that gap increases as the campaign continues. So my question to you is, have you accounted for this, or how do you solve this? Because this is just something I was unable to solve
Mhm.
in any reasonable way.
Yeah. Yeah, so let me address this part. Uh, this is a little bit different. This is a little bit different topic. LinkedIn outreach, like LinkedIn doesn't allow you to send unlimited connection requests. So Limless and all the other tools, they need to really limit you down to keep your account safe. Uh, if we stay into generating leads from job portals and then sending emails, there is no need to there's no risk for a LinkedIn account. If you want to do the LinkedIn outreach, which our platform allows as well, then you need to understand that now we also limit you to like 80 connection requests per day. So the limits are basically
Uh,
same for all the tools. And what I recommend really to do is, you should narrow down and decide to whom you want to send the connection request. So what we, for example, do is that we set up, multiple steps where the LinkedIn connection request, it's like the third step. So if people reply on your email, then the step is actually not sent. Also, there is one more thing which I wanted to actually mention. What you can do is that you can with us you can actually connect multiple LinkedIn accounts. The subscription is for the whole company, so we don't charge seats. It's you get five. You can connect five LinkedIn accounts. So this could also increase your capacity, and also plus you can send emails, you can send direct mails, etc. Mhm.
Yes,
but
but you need to be credible, so you can't realistically attach five random LinkedIn accounts and expect people to take you seriously, because those will probably have zero audience, zero content posted and stuff like that.
uh,
Yeah. I'm not telling you to connect five random fake accounts. LinkedIn is very smart at identifying these ones. So
uh,
it's if you have five salespeople in the company or five recruiters, I mean, then you can centralize the campaign. Uh, yeah, but this is more about
uh,
this is not really about the tools. This is, even if you do it manually, if you would be doing it manually, then LinkedIn doesn't allow you to send too many connection requests. It's really not about automating. It's even if you do it manually, LinkedIn doesn't allow you to do it.
Yeah, I think
So
Thomas Blatek also wanted to say something.
mhm,
Basically, I highly recommend do the research the properly and ideally split the leads into multiple campaigns because the LinkedIn, unfortunately, there are the limitations, but still the LinkedIn converting much more than the email, because on the LinkedIn you send a message, you send a connection request, and you have direct the credibility behind you.
mhm,
But this is not happening on the LinkedIn. And at this second part, we basically start showing the magic columns that can help you to make the proper research and also with some type of a lead scoring. So by the
mhm,
end of the day, you can find out that every day you find the 10 top accounts from this list that open the new
mhm.
position, and you say, okay, this top 10, I would like to reach out directly with a LinkedIn or with email on a LinkedIn to get again the more conversions there, and the rest will be normal
Yeah,
the email campaign. So Vlasti, you can
yeah, yeah,
start
yeah.
showing that.
Yeah, exactly. Because not every lead is equal. Some of them is better fit. So what you can do is you can classify them, and the better fits better fits gets the connection request, and so your user capacity where it makes the most sense. Like honestly, if you really laser focus, then very often you don't need to send thousands of emails. So now let's bridge it into the outreach part, where we would like to do a little bit more of research. Am I right, Stuart? So what we're going to do first. Uh, what I like to do is to little bit work with the data to clean the names, because if you want to use the company name in the message, then probably you don't want to use something like this, right? And also, you don't want to use this, ENC, LLC, these things. Also, if you want to mention what is the job post title they're hiring for, then definitely I'm not going to tell in the message, yeah, I saw your job post. I saw that you are hiring the quantitative developer junior mid real time systematic trading. So no, we need to clean all of that. We could do it with our magic columns. That's a feature that basically creates new column and can do a couple of magics. So it's basically rewrapped scrapers, web scraper, LinkedIn scraper, and it's a GPT with some predefined columns. So one of the first things that I would do is that going to clean the company names. So for this, I'm going to use our predefined prompt. Actually, I even we have some of the prompts here, so you can try them out later. But also you can choose from our from our list. And here I would use this one, which is called a clean company name. This one, and basically now we are creating new column where I would like I'm asking GPT to look at the input, which is the company name, and if there is something like this, like LLC, or really anything that doesn't sound good in the message, our magic columns will output the clean name. So let me submit, and soon I'll get some clean company names. So this takes few seconds. What I will do as a next step is that I want to clean the positions. So something like this. So let's create another magic column. This time we will create a custom magic column, and I will use the template that we prepared for you. So it will be this one. Okay. Now this means the enrichment is done. So the prompt is quite similar. So look at the input and then output the job title in a clean form as an input. We will be using, so here is the input, job posting title, and also we can use the description from the job ad. And let's call this position clean name like this. And let's have a look how the outcome looks like. Okay, so it looks much better. So if I click on it, I'll get the outcome in a new column very soon. So there is one more thing for those of you that run campaigns in other language than English, then you might find very useful to to localize it into your own language. So I'm prepared for you some prompts that we use very often. For example, in German, because in German it's not really polite to say, to be too direct to say like hi, Frank, but you should be using more, let's say, polite version. Uh, so in many language, like in Polish and Czech, you are you are changing what you are saying if it's male or if it's a female name. So it all of that can be done also with the prompt. We'll be focusing more on this also on our tomorrow's webinar, but you can use this. For now, we stick to English, but just to let you know that you can really use vocatives and any kind of abbreviations in local languages. All right, so let's do now some research, Thomas. So uh, what we want to focus on.
So basically, we can, for example, the filter out, try to find out some specific job post, because I also seen that were between the software engineers, that there were some battery developers or something just like that. So basically, let's filter out the false positives and keep, for example, only the software developers. Uh,
Mhm. Okay, I will call it relevant developer, and I'll write a quick prompt. So look at the input and answer yes if this position is a software developer. Answer no if it's other than software developer. Or we can be even more specific to go into very specific technology, or maybe into what this person should be responsible for. We always need to give it the inputs. So here are the inputs. And as input, I would use the posting title and and
and the description, basically the description is the description of job ad.
mhm. All right, like this.
And also, last year, let's turn on the yes and no condition on the big, yeah.
Okay.
Here, basically, this condition can help us into later step to choose which leads will be put into the outreach and which not. So
Hmm.
we will describe that more a little bit later. And meanwhile, when we load the answers for all these rows, we have there another two
Hmm.
questions. The first
Hmm.
question is, this is pretty similar to Clay. Are you having hard time finding new leads for your business when Clay has created a cult like following? Basically, here the Clay is really popular in a lead generation sector, but we do not struggle with that. Our normal customers do not know what Clay is it. So
So
yeah.
I can also address this. So we, by the way, we like Play a lot. It's a great tool. You can do a lot of stuff, but we also are very experienced in low code, and we are, when we are building something complicated, then we go rather for low code like N8N, because we it's just it doesn't cost us anything, and we know how to work with JSON and APIs, etc. So, but talking about us and our users, this is a very complicated thing, and you can see Clay all over the internet. But our users, they don't know what is JSON. Our users don't know which of the 80 data providers that Clay offers to choose, and why. Like we have waterfall email enrichment included as a click of a button. Clay has 80 data providers, so 80 email providers. But the problem is that our users don't know which one to choose, or how many, and which one is the better. So we already pre-selected this. And also, I mean, Clay is great. It's great for people who are really skilled. We are building it more for people that just want to have everything running, and so we really try to focus on different audience. Also, that's why we have email sequencer in, LinkedIn outreach in, scraping, because yeah, the people who understand how to do something with Clay, they are actually also they're already paying some tools, so they have different, actually they are solving different problems.
And after that, we have the second question. Is the tool also for looking failed candidates or only for companies' positions? You can also utilize this tool for the candidates research. Between the magic columns, there is an
Mhm.
ability to download basically the description of each person on LinkedIn profile. So basically, as Vlastě checking
Mhm.
the relevancy of a developer, you can create your your own magic column that will checking, for example, person profile, if they have experience in a SAP, or if they are programming in a
Yep.
Python, or if they're not, if they are using some specific directory. So basically, everything that person mentioned on the LinkedIn, we are able to proceed there and classify that.
Yeah, I will try to try to explain a little bit like simpler. Yes, it would be, but it would be different robot. It would not be the job portal robot, but it would be a robot that can find and get you contacts on people from LinkedIn. So if you want to find list, data on potential candidates and contact them, then yes, it would be but it would be different robots. The output would look quite similar. Just these people would be your candidates, not the hiring managers. So it's a little bit opposite, and yeah, and then of course, as Tom mentioned, you can use our magic columns to get more information about the people if they actually are really fit or not. Uh, okay, let's move forward. I prepared for you a few more prompts that I still want to use in the message. One of them is that one of them is so let's move on and start with the personalization. Uh, so let's go to sequence and start from scratch. I will start with a first step as an email message. So one click, and let's call it, how we would call the message. I would call it uh, hiring for, and here, so oh my god, like this, still hiring a, and now we can use the clean position. That's why I cleaned it in the data, because it would sound very strange if there would be uh, are are you hiring, a you know a remote on-site developer? That would sound very strange. And now let's do some let's use this message. So hi, first name. In other languages, you can do dear Miss, Mr. Blah blah blah. Uh, then I like to write some personalization here. So so here I would like to write some personalization, and let me maybe do here template like this. So here we will do some personalization that I need to prepare, and I have a candidate with experience in. So this is also something that we could do, and many things. So we will try to do a simple message like this, but let's prepare these two variable fields that we will be using in the message. All right. So we are missing these two columns in our table. So that will be the first step, first message. And then I can also do the LinkedIn step. And I will send connection request in, I don't know, in 3 days after the email. By the way, if somebody replies on the email, then it stops. The connection request doesn't go. Also, if somebody, this is also unique, if somebody replies on LinkedIn, then your email stops. It works and communicates with each other. So for the connection request, I can do something like this. So again, hi, first name, and I will be using the clean job posting title here, position clean name, and I will use one more personalization. Okay, and now in contacts, I will prepare the columns that I wanted to personalize. So the first column will be called personalization. Mhm. And if you go to this sheet, so this is the prompt that we actually prepared. So I will be using this prompt, and basically what I want to do is that uh, what I want to do is that I want AI to prepare a sentence, which basically will say, I notice on LinkedIn jobs that you are looking for you, and then it will fill out not just the job role, but also what this person is responsible for based on the context in the job ad. So this is the prompt. Let's look at the outcome. Yeah, notice on LinkedIn jobs that you're looking for new senior data engineer responsible for building data platform for insights. Not bad. Maybe we can make it a bit shorter, like 16 words. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So maybe like this. Keep it really size. All right. And then I'm happy with the output, and I want to, just write the personalization for every lead. So this
Uh,
will appear in a second.
uh, Also, okay,
Mhm.
so we can start again with a question. Basically, this is interesting. So you mean that you most likely scrape personal emails from LinkedIn and cold outreaching them with a sequence? Looks disrupting, especially for B2B. No, we do not scrape the personal
Mhm.
emails. We are sourcing only B2B emails, and as was mentioned on the beginning, we are
Yeah.
using 5 different providers. All of them are GDPR compliant. In terms of the contacting the potential candidates for the position, I highly recommend to utilize the email and or the LinkedIn message, but you can basically do research the candidates there to
Mhm.
select only the relevant ones, because it does not make sense to reach out the 800 people where only 50 of them fit the criteria.
Yeah, so very important. We actually don't really use the emails that people have on LinkedIn. Exactly the opposite. We don't touch them at all because they're mostly personal. And if you send emails to personal emails, then you can get easily your domain can get easily suspended because yeah, so we are using only company verified like work emails. And as you can see, all these emails here are on the work domain, and they are all verified. If we are not able to 100% verify the email, then we don't show it. So even if tool like Apollo, it tells us this is like a 100% or 90% verified email, then we don't trust it. We still send it to, it's called zero bounds, and we double verify, and only then we give you the output that doesn't bounce. So this is we are actually pretty strict here, and we really want to keep your domains, accounts, everything safe. So we don't in default, we don't really uh, allow you to send personal emails. All right, so we have the personalization, and what I mentioned in the email. So let me check. Yeah, so I have a candidate with, and I wanted to include something, what is he experienced in. Okay, so this is, I already pre-made the prompt here. Mhm. Okay, so, so so let's make another column. The column, this column will be called, I think it was experienced in, right? Okay. And again, I want to look at the input, which is the information from the job post. into the portal, and I want to summarize what the candidate should be experienced in. And as output, I want just few words, like six, and include them in that can be included into sentence. I have a candidate who is experienced in. So let me have a look on the output. Yeah. So yeah, I have a candidate who is experienced in Linux systems and quantitative training or full stack software development. So as you see, there might be some false positives. So let's do here. Uh, m- uh, let's edit the prompt. Make sure that the output doesn't start with experience in, so it can be included into this sentence. So it's make sure it doesn't include doesn't start, so it can be included into this sentence. Okay, so let's see if AI understand what I actually want. Yeah, all right, it's smarter than me. So I have a candidate who is experienced in data engineering on GCP platforms, etc. All right, so let's submit, and yeah, waiting a few seconds, and we have it. So I have a candidate who is experienced with quantitative development using Python, uh, experience in C++, development in trading technology, yeah, etc. All right. So we basically prepare these variable fields that are changing for every recipient. Also, not all of them were software developers, so that's why we created the one column that we were asking if they actually are relevant or not. So out of these leads, we got 26 matching based on our criteria, and yeah, basically our message is ready to be sent. So a little bit more of formatting, and I can maybe send myself a preview. So I'll choose my email. You can add unlimited amount of emails. So until now, my LinkedIn account was not really connected, but you can connect it like here, and I can decide how many emails I want to send. So like 50. Yeah, and what else? Sending days, everything, but skip Saturday, Sunday. Starting today. Yeah, starting actually now. Stop sending before 6. Time zone. I think you will choose my default one. Save. So let's test the sequence. I'm going to send this email to myself. So let's check my email if it has already arrived. Okay. Let's check. Still on the way. Oh, actually, it's over here. Okay, so this is the test message, and yeah, it tells you it's a test. So hey Matthew, I noticed. Oh, this is actually the butter system engineer, but I noticed
Uh,
in the jobs that you are looking for new. You have a candidate with what is uh-huh.
In terms of testing, it's important to mention that we are taking the first row,
Uh,
basically in a table. So the real outreach will be sent only to yes condition, but we didn't
okay,
considering the yes conditions directly
fantastic.
in a
Okay,
testing sequence yet. So Here, when Vlasta basically delete the first contact and send the retest, it should already be the
Okay, so one more try, because that first one wasn't really what we wanted to see.
now everyone will be scared with your full inbox.
Well, I can hide it. Now it's fine. It's fine. I was cleaning it a little bit. So here, so here we have this. So hi Maxim, I noticed on LinkedIn job that you are looking for a new full stack engineer responsible for delivering high quality software solutions. I have a candidate with full stack software development and design. It might be a good fit. I think I made a little mistake in the message, so that's why it's good to send the test sequence. Yeah, like this. I have a candidate. Uh,
Yeah, that
yeah,
experience in
yeah, big experience in. Yeah, yeah. So that's why you need to test the message. But basically, it's this is all what can do. It can send emails. It can also send the LinkedIn connection request. So if you want to connect all of your emails or multiple LinkedIn accounts, it's very simple. It's really one click. Choose Gmail, Outlook, sign up, and you get connected. And basically, that's it. So we're a little bit over time. I would like to uh, keep few minutes for those of you who are still here with us for questions. So let me hand over to Tom again. Do we have any questions?
No, we do not have any questions, but here is last time when you can ask the questions. If you will have the questions after this webinar, feel
Mhm,
free to reach out to us on the LinkedIn. So maybe last you can again, I can just drop the link. Our LinkedIn's
mhm,
basically here. So I will drop mine and Vlasti's
mhm.
LinkedIn.
Also, if you can just drop us email, and if you go into the resource that we shared at the beginning, like this one, if you look at it, there are again step-by-step explanation how to use it, how to set it up, also contacts on us. So we are very happy to jump on a call with you, help you set this up, and make sure it works for you. Every day. Yeah, we will also send the recording to everybody who registered, so you don't need to be afraid, Ewa. So you will get the recording, and yeah, really. So once you set this up, then the robot is making sure it's generating new leads, new rows. The magic columns is making sure it personalizes, classifies, and it can send out emails or LinkedIn outreach the same day. The price is starts from $99. So what I was showing you today, so that's the question from Petra. So Petra is asking, what is the price for the solution? So I can show you again. The price is uh, the price is the following. If you go for a yearly subscription, it gets cheaper. Yeah, monthly is 99 credits. And what I was showing today, it consumes one robot. So you're fine with the 91 subscription. You can connect up to 10 emails, one LinkedIn outreach, and you can run this. If you also you can buy additional email hunting credits if you want. If you want to run multiple automations, so today we focus on one portal, but we are supporting right now multiple portals. Also, we can get candidates from LinkedIn that will be in the robot. Then I can recommend to go for the silver tier, where you can have up to 15 robots, and then with the gold one, you can get unlimited robots, unlimited emails. You can connect 10 of your colleagues. So, and this is the final price for the whole company. So we are not charging this for every seat. This is the final price. All right. So, do we have any other question? Hmm.
I just tried to launch the feedback
Mhm.
pool, but basically almost everyone already left. But for rest of you, I will be happy if you will give us some feedback. You will find out there. Can you see my, yeah, now I sharing my screen. You can basically you should find the pool there in the activities, and again, feedback is for us really important. So I'm interested that the topic of the webinar was expected, or that you expected something totally else, but
Mhm.
by the end of the day it was helpful, or it was only waste of your time. So in third option, we are apologizing for that.
Yeah, so we also want to know if making use cases like this, an explanation like this, are really useful for you, because we would like to do some helpful, useful content, not just some generic things. Okay, so we still have here a couple of people. So we have Anton, Dag, Ivana, Petra, Vadim. So if you really have some questions, feel free to ask. If not, then we can call it a day, and yeah, we can wrap it up.
So, guys, thank you for your time, and have a nice rest of the evening. And see you.
Yeah, thank you a lot for joining, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, Vadim.